All right, kiddos, it's your favorite part of the day. Today we are doing Writer's Workshop, and I just want to tell you that I am way more excited than usual today because you guys have been working hard for so long, getting so many different powers to make your writing easy to read. Let's just review real quick. So first of all, I just want to review this. This is how to turn a word into a snap word. Remember your super readers. You can add snap words to your super readers. But the first thing is look at the word and think of the word. Then you write it and you check it. And we've practiced this many times, and you can be doing this even now. Now that you're really good readers and writers, you can still be turning words into snap words. But let's go ahead and look over here. So what makes writing easy to read? You put spaces. So look at this word girl. Are the letters one right on top of the other? No way, Jose. They're right next to each other. It's kind of like when we're standing in line, we want our letters to be standing in line. It is neat. That means we aren't scribbling or erasing. We just write what we need. Remember, if accidentally you write something wrong, what do? You put an X through it and write right next to it. That's all right. You use pictures that help. Pictures that help. So maybe you're not quite sure how to spell the word sun. So you choose, I'm going to draw a picture right next to it so that when I go back and read, I know, what's this word? Oh, it's sun. I look at the picture. You hear lots of sounds in the word. Remember, we're using the beginning sound, the beginning blend, the ending sound. We're using vowels. We're doing all sorts of things. We put a finger space in between our words. So we want finger space, finger space, finger space, not all squished together. That way we know when one word ends and another begins. We make pictures that hold the words of the story. So remember, look at this. This is a heart. It's showing love. Here's a picture. It's labeled so that we know what this is. Perhaps someone had never seen a heart before. They're going to look at that and say, oh, that's showing love. I know that because here it is. It's labeled right next to it. Not way over here, not way over here, not up here, not up here, but right next to the heart. There is a capital letter at the start of every sentence. We have been practicing this in our cut and paste. We've been practicing all sentences begin with a big letter. The rest of the letters are little. And lastly, we use punctuation at the end. Remember, that's a big word, punctuation. And that means there's a period, an exclamation mark, or a question mark. Remember, we don't want to do that just at the end of each word. We're not going to put a period here because a period says the thought is all done. So we have to finish the whole sentence, the whole thought. At the end of the sentence, that's when we put a period, an exclamation mark, or a question mark. But boys and girls, I'm so excited because you guys have been paying attention to things like vowels and spaces between your words, stretching your words out to hear the sounds, and sight words. And then when you do all of those things, your writing becomes so much easier to read. And that's exactly what I notice when I'm looking at your writing folders. So remember, just to review this, being a little googly. To make our writing easy to read, we have a finger space in between the words. We use pictures that go with the words. This sentence says, the bike went fast. Here I see a bike, and oh my goodness, they added wind to show the bike going fast. That picture matches the words. You wrote a sound for each letter. So if the word is ran, we stretch it out. We say R, A like Andy Apple, N like Nile Noodle. R-A-N, N. You use a capital at the start of the sentence. So look, here's the beginning of the sentence. Not the beginning of the line, the beginning of the sentence. One day I took my dog for a walk, period. A big dog ran up to us, period. So at the beginning of each sentence, look, a big letter, a big letter. You put a period at the end of every sentence. So today we're going to be asking ourselves, we're going to say, what have I learned to do that makes my writing more readable? And what could I still learn that would help my writing become even more readable? So writers, let's do some work. I hope you have your writing paper in front of you, but if you don't, that's okay. You can get it at the very, very end. But we're going to be looking at some writing. So here we go. This belongs to a friend of mine, and he's writing about the time he went to Nepal. So here we go. He's writing, and he says, oh my goodness, there's no period there. This is still part of the sentence. I know that today I'm going to go back and work on writing my sentence correctly. That means a capital letter at the beginning of the sentence. So here he circled it and he wrote just a little b because we left the Nepal because, wait a second, because has a little b to start. We, that's a sight word, we know that one, little w. Want, little w. Okay, to go to the America. So we need to look at, this is the middle of a sentence. We don't put a big letter in the middle of a sentence. So here, look, just a circle and a B. It wasn't scribbled. No way, Jose. It's just circled with a little b. You could put an X with a little b if you wanted to, but do you see how they added it? This one, I was. That's not how you spell was. But guess what? They went to their word wall, and you have your super readers that you can use to help you. W-A-S, was. So they circled it. They said, that's not what I want. Was. They wrote it right there. Very nice and neat. Again, not scribble scrabble, nice and neat. The plane took off. Wait a second. Did they start this sentence with the? No, they didn't. They just said plane. So perhaps if you are talking with your brother or your sister or your mom or your dad or whoever's with you right now, you can be asking them, can you help me and let me read my story to you? And you can tell me what I might need to add. So if you were this person's partner, you might say, you know what? At the beginning of the sentence, add the word the. That will help. Then it would say, the plane took off. That would make the sentence perfect. And look at this. Here's a plane, but do I see it labeled? No way. I want you to remember we are labeling our stories. Very important. Here we go again. Oh, this is the start of a sentence. At the start of the sentence, we do a capital letter. Here it is, capital T. The, look how they fixed it. Circled it, wrote it above it. No scribble scrabble. And look right here, labeled. There's mommy, there's daddy, there's me. And look, there's the airplane. We already know that. Fantastic. And an exclamation mark at the end of the sentence. I am excited, exclamation mark. Remember, an exclamation mark says that you are loud or excited. So how perfect is that? Okay, so friends, today, when you do your writing, you need to do your writing. Remember, think out loud, say what you're going to write about, draw all the pictures and label them, then go back and write your words. When you're writing your words, you need to think about what you already know. We already know that there needs to be a period at the end of every sentence, that we use a capital letter at the start of every sentence. We write a letter for each sound that we hear in the word. We use pictures that match the words. We leave spaces in between our words, and that's how we make our writing easy to read. Remember that we need to use our vowel chart. We need to add a vowel in the middle of every word. A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Those are our vowels, and they need to be in every single word. So you need to think about, what do I already know and how can I add to my writing, just like this person did? Neatly. Please do neatest work. Okay. Now you should have paper in your binder. So please go ahead and get started on your writing. I can't wait to see what you write about.